Okay, today is April the 19th. Alright, so this is going to be my last and final Purple Martin house. I'll have 9 after this, with a total of 173 nesting compartments. So that's more than enough that I'll ever need. So this is a 20-foot long pole. These poles are made by Nature Unlimited in Topeka, Indiana. I get mine specially made 20 feet. Maybe someday I'll do a video on why I like them that high. There's a reason, several reasons. I think the standard is 14 or 15. So anyway, what I did is this is an old tire. We had a lavender bed in here, but the lavender was kind of languishing. I'll put lavender back in here when I'm done. And then I got to put a fence around it to keep these lousy chickens from going in there and digging everything up. But there's the ground socket that comes with it. So what you do is you put the bottom of that pole in there, tilt it up, and slide the pins in. Even though this is 20 feet long, I can do this by myself, believe it or not. Not bad for a 60-year-old man. So anyway, what I want to show is how to thread this thing. Right, so what the cable runs through the inside of the pole. And what you do, well, first of all, when you tighten this thing up, make sure that everything's here in the center. You don't want cable on the outside. When you're putting the Martin house on, you pull all the cable, you pull it inside the pole. Let me show you. Because you got to put the house on. So it's easy enough to, so what you do is you pull the cable all the way back in, so the cable doesn't obstruct getting the house onto the pole. Once you get it on the pole, you push the cable through and you thread it up through this pulley. So you want it over the pulley like this, right? So now you're ready to mount the house so you can move it up and down. Now this, like I said, I actually had this house refurbished by my Amish friends because it has sentimental value to me. There's a hole in the underneath the roof here. I don't know if I can. Oh God, I'm sorry, I can't see it. But there's a hole that this goes through. I'm gonna try to, and then it's a tube actually, so it's easy to go through. So it's in there now. Forgive me. And I'll just thread it through. No crazy stuff. You know? No hanging up on anything like a trio house. None of that stuff. Easy enough to do. It's probably through already. Let's go down there and take a look. Yeah, see? No fighting. No crazy stuff. Okay. So what do? Well, you want this end, all right, to be stopped up on the bottom of that hole. And what I use are a couple of these little clamps. I use 2, really. And what I do is I loop the wire, and forgive me for not having, I don't have anybody to film this, so. But what I do is I loop the wire, hold on. I'll loop the wire like this and put 2 cable clamps on there. I might put a heavy bolt underneath there that makes it a little easier. And then I use those 2 things. And then you just tighten up the slack on this. You know, you start to winch it. This is reverse, but you start to winch it. So I don't know if this is going to be helpful to anybody, but you can see how that goes. Let me try to get the, yeah, you can see the hole that I threaded it through right there. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to get this up and running, and maybe when it's done, I'll make another video. And if I was doing this with somebody else, and my wife was out here or something helping me, I would film it. But want to get going. Till next time.